Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rising Stories Podcast. I'm your host, Corrine Sandifer. On Rising Stories, we meet women who are changing their world with their businesses and influences. We talk about their journey and their struggles along the way. We also chat about tips that help us live our lives with intention and purpose. I also share more info on Instagram and Facebook. I would love it if you would connect with me there. I'm at Corrine Sandifer on both. I'm currently recording this at a co-op space called Industrious that is an office space overlooking downtown Nashville. So, if you hear others talking, that is why. If you want to see my on-location shots, check out my Instagram stories. I'll save it to my highlights so you can click on the circles to see it anytime. You know, there's never enough time in our days to do everything we need to do to take care of our families or to keep our homes tidy. As working women, and of course everyone is a working woman, even if you don't have a job outside of home, you are still a working woman. We need a little help from time to time. My next guest saw a need and decided to start a business to fill that need. Tessa Roberts of InJoy is helping moms all around Nashville. InJoy assistants come into your home and spend anywhere from 2 hours to all day checking off those things on your to-do list. Today, Tessa and I talk about when she started this business, she needed another assistant immediately. This is a great story of knowing your customers and filling that need. So listen as I talk with Tessa about her work overseas and how she is growing her business. Here is my conversation with Tessa Robert. Hi, Tessa.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming and being on the show.
Yes.
I found you. We have to give out a shout out to the Urban Girls.
Yes.
Because we're both part of Urban Girls, which is a group here in Nashville. And it's mostly online, but they do fun things outside in the city. But it's like people that move here that, these are just like rocking girls that are doing things. Like you are
thank you.
Amazing. And you are the owner of InJoy Moms. Is that what it's called?
It's InJoy.
It's just InJoy?
Yep, InJoy. That's the name.
Okay.
And our clientele is moms. We help mamas out. It's a personal assistant service, and we tackle your to-do list. So everyone has one, and it's like, it's hard to get through it in a day. And so we come in and just kind of do those things for you.
I love that. Yeah. What a great concept. And I think that people think that it's like not affordable or just for the wealthy, but you need help.
You need help.
It's not that big of a deal, and just budget it in, and it's probably not that expensive. And you tell me all the things you do for moms.
Sure.
There's a lot.
Yep. We do your basic stuff. My whole thing is I want you to have the time to do what you love. So if the laundry is taking an hour of your day, let us do the laundry, and then you have a whole another hour to do what you want to do. So we do laundry, meal prep, we run errands for you, we tidy around the house, organize your closets, your pantry. I want you to come home to your space and feel like it works for you. I don't want you to come home and feel like now I have to do X, Y, and Z before I can do what I want to do, Mm-hmm. I want it to already be set up to be in your favor.
And so you come in and is it a team or just one person, personal assistant kind of that?
Yeah. We have a team of girls, but we work individually in the clients' homes. So if you were to hire us, I would send one girl to your home and she would help you. And if you hire us on a weekly basis, you get the same girl every week, because then a relationship can be formed. She knows your house, she knows kind of your preferences, and that is a benefit for you in that regard. But if you just need occasional help, like you have company coming to town or you just had a baby, we've got a girl for that too, and she'll come and love on you and help you. And
and that's so needed, because they you just want to spend time with that baby,
right? Our baby's the best.
I know. You just want to stare at them, because it's like the ocean. You could stare at them forever.
I know.
But also, I think that's what a great service, because there's so many times where you want to do things like organize your pantry, which is something I need to do now. And you have to, fit that in, but at the same time, you're wanting to just spend time with your kids.
Totally.
So you're giving them that gift.
Yeah. And not only that, it is a gift. I really feel like it's a gift. And it feels good to give a gift. So, genuinely, I love what we do. Like, it's such a pleasure to serve someone and help them. And also, it's funny, people are, amazed by how much we get done when we come. And it's because, when you're home and you want to organize your pantry, then your kid interrupts you every 2 seconds. Am I right? And so you can't actually get work done because of those things, those distractions.
Phone rings.
Yes, or you check your email, whatever it is.
Gotta stir the pot of something out that you're cooking.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it's 6:30 and Wheel of Fortune is on. And then I love Wheel of Fortune.
I love that show too. That is a good show. Yeah, and then you're halfway done and something happens and you gotta go pick up the kids from school.
Exactly.
And you didn't get anything
done. So we accomplish a lot more when we show up, because we show up and we have no distractions and we just take care of your to-do list, and it's pretty cool how much we can get done. Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
So Tessa, tell me how this came to be. How did your business start?
That's a good question. There's a long version and a short version.
Okay, either one.
Okay, I'll give maybe an in between. I never wanted to live in America.
Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Illinois,
here. Yeah.
But I did mission work a lot, and I saw the beauty of simplicity. I would go to these third world countries, and they had nothing, and yet they had everything. And I would come back to America, and I would see that we have everything, and yet we're I don't know if we're never satisfied, or we're so distracted that we can't appreciate what's important, like family or reading a book that inspires your heart, whatever it is. So I had this outlook that's different than a lot of people. And when I got married and had a child, and we settled here in Franklin, we live in Franklin. And so it was now I have to make a situation here that works for us. And so I just got this job working for one family as a personal assistant. It was kind of something I had always done, but when I was back and forth between living abroad, because you can pick it up for a couple months in the summer or whatever. Yeah. So I did that for one family, and then I just felt like I wanted to do more. I wanted to serve more people. I felt stuck, and I really realized that what I was doing for this one family was actually a need that every family had. And so I realized that we could expand, and I could work, serve more moms. And we've just grown really organically and fairly quickly because there's such a need. There is a need. That's how it came to be.
Yeah, and I think moms are recognizing more that they can't do it all, or they don't have to do it all.
Right, exactly.
And that they're wanting that simplicity. Yeah. I think that's a desire of most moms, is they want to be able to spend more time with their kids, or or at work, and not feel like they are, like you said, you mentioned earlier to me, just the functional part. You want your house to work for you, not you working for it, kind of thing. And so if things are organized and can run more smoothly, then even working moms and even women who are staying at home can have that. Yeah. They can all have that a better functioning home, I guess. Yeah, which that sounds heavenly.
Right? It does.
Because everybody, because then you can just, I'm thinking about my own, like I said, my pantry. I'm like, if I can just get it going. Right. What piece of advice are you? I'll cut there. What is the best business advice anyone gave you?
Yeah, I can remember the moment actually.
Oh, good.
Yes. I've had a couple other businesses before this. I always had a super entrepreneurial heart. I had a nonprofit for a while, and then I had a children's clothing line. I'm embarrassed to say that. But I learned so much through my failures, and so this idea was stewing in my heart forever, and I was scared to just, take a step and tell somebody, hey, I started this company, or I'm starting this company. So I remember my sister one day, bless her heart, because she probably was so annoyed with me that I just kept talking about it. She's like, Tessa, you just have to start. Like, you just have to start. Like, stop talking about it and start. And so it was like, okay. And legit, like, my fears fell away. And I was like, it doesn't matter what happens. If I don't ever start, I'll never know, right? And I, like, posted on Facebook. And, like, the responses were just like, yes, like, so, like, that is so you. And, like, you have to do that. Like, I was looking for feedback. Like, what do you guys think about this idea? And people just, like, applauded it. And really, since that day, like, I'm just like, okay, start the next step. Like, take another step. And, you know, sometimes I take the wrong step, and that's okay. And I back up, and I just find another route to get where I want to go, you know. But if you don't start, you'll never know.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think that people feel... I'm glad that you said that you had other businesses, because I think, you know, people that might be listening right now might be in that one business that just isn't working for them. And they feel bad about putting that down and picking another one up.
I know, yeah. I know.
And it's almost like you think you're probably harder. We're probably harder on ourselves than anyone else, because someone else might say, yeah, that didn't fit you, and no big deal. Like, you just feel like, oh gosh, that was such a failure.
Yes, exactly.
And my next if I can't make this one go, am I going to make the next one go? What's the difference? But it's because you weren't working in your element. Exactly. You weren't working in that sweet spot of where you need to be.
Right.
So I love that you mentioned that.
Yes.
And so it took off.
It took off. But it's brand new. It's still pretty new. I mean, we started in October last year. So we're like 5 months in.
That's amazing. Because you've been on like TV, and now you're on my podcast.
Honestly, I'm like honored that you have me on here. But it's cool to see every door open. And that's when I kind of know, like, I feel so wonderful doing what we do, but it's super affirming when doors open, because, you know, it's just another level. It's a deeper level. So it's cool to be a part of. Like, I feel like, is this surreal? That's how I feel, you know?
Yeah. Well, and so do you have an office, or do you office from home?
Yeah. I office from home or wherever I am.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
a busy
the way
mama,
we do it,
right? I know, and that's the life of so many of us. But yeah, I mean, I have an at-home office, and I'm kind of like, I'm the center person for everyone. So clients talk to me.
Okay.
You know, they fill out a questionnaire, tell me what their needs are, and then I more or less place them with someone who fits their needs. All of our girls are trained in every aspect, but, you know, some people, like, for example, someone the other day was like, I cannot have someone in my house that's really talkative, because they were saying, I work from home, so if someone's going to be here, like, I need them to respect that and kind of be a quiet worker. And so, you know, then I know, okay, well, this person would be the best assistant for you.
That's great.
So answering emails and taking phone calls wherever I can. Yeah.
And where did you start? Just like, you just started with one family and then it just grew. When did you know, like, you need another assistant, you need someone else to come on board? When was that? Like
day one.
Oh, day one.
Which is so funny. You know what? This is like a funny story, but this is the true story. I personally had I had one opening in my schedule, and I posted, this is what happened. I was on a buy-sell trade group. A local buy-sell trade. And I saw someone post on there, hey, like, I'm a cleaning lady, and I need, you know, if you need help. 50-some people responded to her. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm a personal assistant, and I need another family. So I'm like, I'm just going to do it. So I posted on there. I felt so vulnerable. You know, it's scary. But I did. And I had, like, 60-some responses. Wow. 12 women wanted to come on board that day. You know, I talked to them. They're like, and then, so I had my dear friend Lydia, and I was like, I kind of talked to her about my vision for this business that was kind of all up in my head, and I'm like, listen, like, this is it. I actually have women that you can work for if you come on board, and she came on board, and that's been a blessing, too, to have someone you love and trust. Yeah. Because I've made tons of mistakes, and so that's just, I'm lucky to have her as my first employee, you know. Yeah. So, but that's how it all started, really.
I love that. What a great story. And tell me, Tessa, like, what is the most unusual request that you've had? Oh my gosh,
that's interesting. I mean, I don't know.
I need you to cut my dog's toenails, or.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't ever gotten that. I think people aren't embarrassed or ashamed of their house. You know, they're like I've had laundry piles almost up to the ceiling, and like that's not an exaggeration, and there's no judgment there. But it's like 4 hours of laundry. Did you even know that was possible? Folding laundry
for 4 hours.
Can you imagine? And I'm not saying that's like that's us hustling to like fold laundry. Like, yeah. But, you know, people need
Did you call in another person? Like,
no, I'm sorry. It was just me. And I like multitasked. But, you know, it was it was a massive pile of laundry.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's life. I mean, can you imagine that sweet mama who like just didn't have the time or the energy or whatever it was to do that? And so we took care of it for her.
That's great.
But we do crazy things. I mean, I don't know. I once went to the post office to ship a package to a different country. And like just funny stuff like addresses in different countries. It was like this whole ordeal. Like, is this an address? Like, I don't know.
Wow. Yeah.
Just funny things that you would like. I would have never came across that in my own life. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but whatever it is.
How interesting. And you know, that reminds me of a friend who, she was a teacher.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is how I think that we as women limit ourselves as to what we can do with our money, what we can do if we could just get a little help.
Yeah.
And so this teacher friend of mine, I commend her because she was teaching. I mean, you know, teachers don't make a whole lot of money, but she had a college student coming to her house every week and would pay her, you know, probably a little bit more than minimum wage. And she would just have her do different things. And it was a running joke with her. I would say, well, what have you got your girl doing today? Yeah. Your assistant doing today? She said, oh, she's baking 2 cheesecakes. I have a party to go to this weekend. I'm like, wow. It's like, oh, she's ironing all my shirts. And I was like, wow, why can't I have a personal assistant? And I'm thinking, I can.
Yes, you can. Exactly.
Like, what's keeping me? I mean, it's just, you know, time is money and time is valuable too. Yeah. So like if you value your relationships and your time, I think this is a great concept. And you already know that because you're doing so well. Wow. I'm just kind of reiterating it. How long have you been in Nashville?
I moved here almost 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you've been here a while.
I have been here a while, and it's, I mean, I don't have to tell you, probably it's changed so much, right?
It has.
It's a different city.
Oh, totally.
And it's fun. It's hustle and bustle, and it seems like it's a city full of women entrepreneurs, if I'm honest. Isn't that like a thing?
It is. It's the number one best place for women to start businesses.
Yeah. And how cool is that?
And I'm loving it because I'm trying to interview all of them.
Well,
so I'm trying to interview all of them. And it's just like, I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever get done with the Nashville series because there's so many. Every time I talk about what I do, I hear of another awesome woman who has a business. And I think that Nashville's just growing by leaps and bounds. And I think there's a great vibe here. Yeah. Of, you know, I want to help you, you can help me, which is awesome.
That is it. Everybody's given a hand up, I feel like, you know.
And everyone's connecting everyone together, and there's little to no jealousy. It's just like, hey, I want to help you out. You know, you help me out. And so I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite app? Do you have a favorite app?
Okay. I just downloaded this app because someone told me about it. Because people actually always ask me, like, okay, what's your favorite app? And I always was like, I don't really know. I'm like a simple girl. Less is more for me. Mm-hmm. That's how I function at my best. But anyways, Cozy is the name of the app. Have you heard of it?
Is it the yoga one?
No. Okay, this
app I don't know that one.
Yep. This app it says Cozy Family Life Simplified. Oh. So this is like a to-do list manager.
Okay.
So if you can't have me at your house every day, you can have Cozy.
Okay.
And you can it has all of your lists in there. So your grocery list, your to-do list, and then your calendar. And you can share your calendar, like your Google Calendar. It could connect your Google Calendar, share it with your family. Wow. And send out today's to-do list to everyone in your family. And it does it for you. That. You know, you just press send, right? So it keeps you super organized. They have recipes on here.
Nice.
So if you're looking for something to kind of help you stay organized, Cozy. I'm
I'll
loving
have to check that out.
Yes.
Is it with an I or a Y?
Yeah, it's COZI.
Okay. I like that. I'll have to check that one out, especially if I just got on Google Calendar, so
yeah,
I'd like to connect that. That'd be great.
Totally. And this simplifies it. Sometimes I feel like Google Calendar is a little confusing, and this is like
it is
easy to see, so I'm loving it.
Yeah. What are you a reader, or do you like to watch Netflix? What are some fun things that you're doing?
Yeah. Well,
or watching?
Yeah, I mean, I try to read as often as I can. I like to read inspirational stories more than anything.
Yeah.
I love when people dream like the impossible and then they actually do it.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so inspiring. So, I mean, the most recent book I read was Katie Davis. Are you familiar with Katie Davis? I know. And the book I read was her Kisses from Katie. That's like years old. But
such a great book.
It's so inspiring just to see someone like do what they're called to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that was
she just didn't care. She just went on. That's a great book. But she just kind of like, I'm doing this. And
right. She's a missionary abroad in Africa, and she was like 19 and she moved there and became a mom like 6 months later to a bunch of adopted kids. So.
Not married at that time.
Right.
Just totally became the mom of all these kids that were orphaned.
And grew up in the city, Brentwood. I mean, just right outside of Nashville. Wow. So I love that. So that was just inspiring, and that motivates me to like keep the vision, keep the goal, make it work in like a compassionate, loving way.
Yeah. That's a great story. Yeah. I'd like to reread that again, but I have read it. What are some favorite things you're loving these days?
Okay. I'm a big. Well, I said less is more, but like health is super big, but like not. I don't want it to be complicated. If it's complicated, I don't have time for it. So like, I love essential oils. I've got my past tense from doTERRA. I roll it on my shoulders, and it takes away the stress. So I love my essential oils. I've got these cool stainless steel straws.
Oh yeah.
And people are always like, "Where did you get that?" And I love it. It keeps your water cold and isolated, and you can wash it, and essential oils, you can put them in your water, and it doesn't eat away the plastic.
Oh,
so
yeah,
people always comment on my straw. They're like, "Where did you get that?" I'm like, "Amazon." Amazon.
And you just wash them.
Yeah.
And it's just reusable straws, and you're not throwing away.
Non-toxic, all of those things.
I love that.
So I love that, and then. I mean, it's not really a thing, but like exercise, I can't do without exercise. That's like my me time. That's like my recharge time to just, it's even like 20 minutes. Like, it's just good for my heart, good for my body and my mind.
What do you do for exercise?
I always, like 20 minutes a day is what I do. And it's like, I'll run for 20 minutes or I'll lift weights. People are like, "Do you want to come to this class with me?" And I'm like, "How long is it?" And they're like, "An hour." I'm like, I don't have time.
That's too long. Yeah.
Like, that's true, but that's okay. Like, it's okay to just do 20 minutes for me, because that's what works for me.
Exactly.
My sister loves yoga, and she loves the hour of, like, laying on a mat, and I'm like, I can't stop thinking of my to-do list.
Yeah.
You know? So I just do whatever short and hard I can do.
I'm in the same boat, because I used to do yoga, and I used to do Zumba.
Yeah.
But that just takes a long time, and I really like so I go on the treadmill, and I walk.
Yeah.
And then I go do like my planks and my squats and all the, weights. And it doesn't take me but like 30, 40 minutes maybe.
Good.
Less than an hour.
Yep.
And I kind of have my routine. And so every time I think, oh, I should try that class. And I'm like, oh, it's an hour.
I know.
Like they ought to do like a half an hour of something.
They should start that. We should start that.
We should start that. We should tell them. Half an hour.
Yeah. Because really.
That way you can just pop in and do something, and then you're done.
Because even the drive time, calculate that in there,
Yeah.
And then half an hour is perfect.
I think we're onto something
We are.
What's your favorite Nashville restaurant?
Okay, I'm loving Bowie's Kitchen. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
It's right in Berry Hill. It's amazing. I know the owner. That's not why I love it so much. It's clean Vietnamese food.
Okay.
Like super clean and healthy. No processed oils and nasty unknown things.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know what Vietnamese food is, I don't think. I know what Korean food is.
Okay.
But what would be Vietnamamese food? Like what's a dish?
Pho.
Is that
the noodles?
P-H-O?
Yeah, P-H-O.
Okay. And it's pronounced pho.
Pho. Yeah. I mean, I think. I'm almost sure. Or like banh mi. It's a sandwich.
The little spongy looking roll? Like,
no, that is something too. Banh mi is almost like I don't know what kind of bread they use, but it's like it's like pickled vegetables and like really thin. I probably short ribs or something.
Okay.
But she has vegetarian. She's like vegan options, vegetarian options. It's all fresh. It's probably local and organic and all of those amazing things. And she like, they say like love is in your food, but like it is. She's so intentional about it.
Nice.
So I love me some Bowie's Kitchen.
Yeah, I have to try that.
Yes.
What do you have any encouragement to entrepreneurs or someone out there that's like thinking, I want to start something, I've got this idea. Like what's the first thing they should do?
Yeah, I would say take it to your friends and family and get their perspective. Because sometimes we have an idea and a little tweaking goes a long way, instead of starting and then restarting. Like, hey, does this fit me? Do you think this is... And then ask yourself, how am I going to make money? Because sometimes we have ideas that we think are businesses, but they're just passions and hobbies.
True.
So if you can't make money, you're not going to get very far.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I want everyone to dream. So if you have an idea, get it out there, talk about it, tell someone, right? Don't hold it in.
Yeah. Good advice, yeah. Thanks, Tessa.
Thank you for having me. I loved it.
I really enjoyed talking with Tessa today. I love that she finds the time to work out and that she has such an entrepreneurial spirit. Love that about her. You can find Tessa and her assistants at InJoyMotherhood.org. Thanks so much for listening. Stay tuned for a Mother's Day special podcast. And please consider supporting Rising Stories podcast by purchasing books and products mentioned on this show. Thanks so much for listening and keep rising in your story.